talk about the components of a brand. The first thing is a name. So I assume you guys have gone through that process with your companies to this point. You guys have names for your companies. What are some of the names you've got so far? Shout them out. Yes. SWAT. SWATs. Okay, what else?
PACT.
What is it?
PACT.
Okay. What's PACT?
It stands for passion, accountability, commitment, and teamwork.
Okay, what else?
H2O,
H2O.
high school opportunity.
Okay.
Get
Fly.
here, spirit gear.
Spear gear.
Get here, spirit gear.
Okay, very cool.
Possibilities.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yes, one more.
Reebok.
Oh, okay. Might have a little challenge there with some, trademark infringement. It really depends on what you're doing. Something to look into, but it's definitely an intriguing name, right? So name is part of your brand, right? Having something that is easy, it's memorable, maybe is different from, competitors. In the legal industry, everyone is Johnson, Wallace, and Jones, right? So if you're going to be in the legal industry, maybe do something different than that, right? When everyone's going this way, you go that way. That's the idea there. Identity. We looked at some elements of identity when we first started the presentation, right? Those were those marks from McDonald's and Starbucks and so on. But identity is more than just a logo. Identity is everything about how you present the company. Anything a customer might see from your company is part of your identity. Imagine a retail business. You go into Best Buy. What do they wear? Blue what? Blue polo shirts. Very specific, right? Again, there's one of those branding elements. All I had to say is Best Buy, what do they wear? And you guys instantly knew what they wear. Think about the retailer who's a little smaller minded, doesn't think big, doesn't think in terms of branding. You probably can't remember what they wear. It's just whatever, right? So those types of things are important. What about vehicles? Let's say you have vehicles in your company, right? So when you see the water company driving around, what's one of the water companies they brand their trucks? Sparklets, right? So you see the Sparklets truck everywhere, right? Okay, so they put effort into branding their trucks. That costs money, right? You'll never see in their revenue, you'll never see money that came from painting their trucks. But they do it because they know it builds long-term brand value. So again, identity is more than just your logo. You should really think about everything your customer sees. It should be consistent. What's the personality of your brand? Are you fun and playful, whimsical? Are you serious? Are you courageous and bold? Right? Are you relaxed, carefree? What's the personality of your brand? It's important to define that because as you develop the words of your brand, they call it the copy or the content of your brand, that needs to carry through. And the people you hire need to make sure that they have that personality, can live that personality, right? Position. So this is something we're going to work on today. Position is all about how you're different in the marketplace, what place you hold compared to other companies that provide a similar product. Are you the cheapest? Are you the most expensive? Are you the fastest? Are you the safest? Are you the only one targeting a certain audience? Right? So position isn't just about a product attribute like fastest, cheapest, most expensive. It can also be based on the target audience. So for example, are you the company that only caters to computer engineers? And that's your position. We're the company that focuses on computer engineers and nothing else. We're the company that focuses on technology companies. That's what we do. Or you can do a combination of both. We're the company that has the fastest software installation time for technology companies. So now we've combined a product attribute as well as a target market and made a unique position. Does that make sense? I want to make sure you guys understand this because I'm going to have you guys work on this today. We're going to talk about position. How can you develop a unique position for your product so you're not for everybody, you're for somebody, and you have a specific place in the market that says, we're the best at, we're the fastest, we're the slowest. Maybe that's a good thing, right? We're the most affordable. And then also experiences. So when you go into, again, Best Buy, what's the experience like?
Friendly.
It's friendly?
They have knowledge of what you're looking for.
Yep. What about the Apple Store? What's that? That's a great one. That's the one I was looking for, actually. It's hands-on, right? Everything about the Apple Store is play with the product. Get it in your hand. Touch it. Feel it. interact with it, right? They want you to pick that product up. They want you to interact with it. One of my employees used to work for Apple, and he tells me that the tile they used in their stores is $2,000 per tile. Per tile. Why do they get that specific? Because they're fanatical about their brand. They're fanatical about the experience you're going to have when you walk in that store. And when you walk in the store in Carlsbad, San Diego, or London, you're going to have the same experience and the same feel about the brand. Does that make sense? So it's really important that you think about the experiences your customers are going to have with your brand. How are they going to interact with you? When you ship them a product, what's the packaging look like? When they open up the box, is there a treat inside? Is there a certain color in the box? What is that experience? Is anyone here, yes, do you have a question?
Is the experience also like how like Targets and Walmarts try to make their store layouts the same? So if you're in like California, and you go to Idaho, the Target in Idaho.
That is absolutely part of the experience. And some people will say, oh, that's a component of sales, right? We want to make it easy for people, so that way when they go from Idaho to California, they can buy from us easier, and that's a component of sales. I say it's a component of branding, because that's an experience. And we want to make sure your experience is purposeful, easy. You know, whatever Target's goals are, they're being purposeful about that experience. So to me, that's an element of branding. Okay? I was just going to say something, and I forgot. Okay, so we talked a lot about experiences. Find ways to, that's what I was going to ask you. Anyone here ever seen the package that the Beats by Dre come in? You seen that? The studio Beats? Okay, so just this past Christmas, I bought my team, everyone on my team, Beats by Dre. And I got to tell you, I about fell on the floor because this is the world I live in. And when I opened up the package, did anyone here ever open up that package? It's the most ridiculous experience that you'll ever have opening a pair of headphones. They're just headphones, people. Right? Who here can tell me about that experience? What's it like?
There's like a sleeve, and then there's inside box, and then you have to open it and cut the plastic off, and then inside there's case.
Mhm.
There's a plastic tube.
Yep. And then what about the packaging? The packaging, the design and the feel of it surely was head and shoulders above any other headphone package you're going to open, right? So that's the way that Beats by Dre found a way to create an experience for you, because there's no way to really interact with the Beats by Dre company. You can't go to their store. I mean, it's sold in a Best Buy, right? So there's no real way to interact with their company, but they found a way to create an experience for you and me, and I loved it. I saved the box. Like, to me, it was amazing.
What I love experience with the detail of it.
Yes.
The box wasn't just like a normal cardboard box, it was different. I think it's really same with the colors, gold, black, and red.
Yep.
And it had Velcro in it, so like open and yes, the package, then the book with everything there. And there's all the details put into it. I mean, the box has that flash on the side.
Absolutely. Did you notice that the little twist tie that went around the cord, it wasn't just your run-of-the-mill, like what ties up your bread, right? It was this very specific thing that they made. So anyways, that's just an example. That right there is a brand experience. It's very purposeful, and they absolutely set themselves apart in the marketplace by doing that. And you remember it. And you remembered very specific details about it. When's the last time you opened a box of anything else and remembered that kind of detail? Very, very few times, right? All right, so experiences are important. Packaging experiences and in-person experiences. All right, so now it's your turn. I want you to come up with a way to communicate your position and express it in a very memorable way. So you guys are going to do that until 45, okay? And then at 45, I'm going to ask for volunteers to come up and share their position and their memorable communication piece, and then we'll wrap up. Does that sound good? All right, have at it, you guys. We'll have till 45.